Hello, and welcome to this recording to introduce you to a whole new world of wellness and a whole new way of being in many aspects. I need to start off by apologizing. You're watching this as a recording and not live because I messed up with time zones when we were arranging for tonight's meeting. So I apologize you having to take out extra time to watch this, so forgive me. But I will tell you that the information we're about to share here is probably some of the most powerful information that I have learned in my life. In fact, this information caused me to take a career change. I trained as an engineer as well as a musician, a concert pianist, was working as company manager for Utah Festival Opera Company, also teaching piano, voice, theory at the university and managing apartment complexes, when there was some health crisis within my family that caused us to look outside of the box. And by the box, I mean many of us I looked at medicine as something that came from doctors and pharmaceutical companies and pills. And I had family members who were not having success with that. I had a brother-in-law who had 11 years with major back problems. He'd been to doctors, chiropractors, and massage therapists. He would wake up and still couldn't move sometimes for 3 days at a time. He was nervous about his career. He was nervous about being able to provide for his family and searching. And at that point, he bumped into a business associate who introduced him to magnetic health and wellness technologies out of Japan. In fact, this particular device right here transformed his life. This is about 7 inches tall, 5 inches wide. It has magnetics and far infrared technology, and this got rid of 11 years worth of major back problems for him. In addition, he got all of what we call creating a wellness home. We'll describe that as we go throughout this, but at any rate, the technologies in there made it so he's sleeping 2 hours less per day. Got rid of, he was taking between 300 to 500 aspirin per month, and that all went away. And we began looking and learning about a whole series of technologies that were from Japan. And I will tell you that as I looked to begin with, I was quite skeptical. In fact, I spent a couple years mocking my family. To me, medicine was in a pill from a doctor. And I had done what many Americans had done. We said, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we shall not die, for tomorrow the doctor can give us a pill and make us better. And they say that the mind is it's like a parachute. It only works when it's open. And my mind was closed. And I will ask of you to not make the same mistake that I did, because my health suffered dramatically for 2 more years than it needed to. In fact, I almost, if you will, killed myself. I had a sleep disorder. My parents told me I needed these technologies, and I ignored them and ended up having 5 major accidents. The last one, I rolled my car, and I'm very lucky to be alive. I'm very glad to say that these technologies not only helped, but they radically transformed my health and well-being. And I just fell in love with this. I said that the world needs to know about what we have. So let me dive into this, and hopefully we have something that can be of benefit for you here today. Let me share this presentation. There we go. So, discovering active wellness. Using computer audio. It says we're recording. It says we were sharing the screen, but I don't think it's working properly. Just one moment. Let's try that one more time. There we go. So discover active wellness. So instead of passively waiting for life to attack you or your health to get into a bad situation, and we're going to talk about health in many aspects. This is an active plan where you take charge. And a lot of people don't realize there are a lot of things that we can do that Mother Nature provides that will allow us to transform our health and well-being. So with that in mind, let me move forward here. In life, our choices, we believe, make a compounding effect. I remember Zig Ziglar saying, he says, do you believe that there are choices you could make today that could affect your physical, your financial, your emotional, your spiritual well-being for the worse? Could you make a choice today that could really mess things up over the next 5 years? And some of our choices have compounding effects where they don't mess things up a little, but they can mess things up a lot. Now, in contrast, are there choices that you could make here, now, today, that could affect your physical, financial, emotional, and spiritual well-being for the positive in the years to come. In fact, some of those choices may be radically transforming things in your future. The people that we associate with, the types of things we choose to expose ourselves to and to study and to follow and so forth, they change who we are and what we become. And I would ask you, do you want to be on a path, as they've outlined on this chart, of humans being more, of excelling, of growing and thriving, or living a life of nonstop stress? And I will tell you, that was where I was at before NIKKEN. And I hope to be able to share some things that can make a big impact for you here. So the company's name, NIKKEN, stands for Nihon Kenko Zaoshin Kenkyukai, Japanese Health and Research Institute. They're leading hospitals, universities, research facilities in Japan. They have a 5A1 Dun & Bradstreet rating, the highest financial rating any corporation can get. Entered North America with $250 million in cash reserves to allow for growth and expansion. They have literally done billions of dollars of sales globally. And I'm here to tell you that I investigated this extensively before I decided to hang my hat on this, because I didn't want to get involved in something that was here today and gone tomorrow. I didn't want to get involved in something that could hurt somebody. I didn't want to get involved in something that could be a good opportunity for me, but not other people. I wanted something that was here for the long haul and that I could feel proud doing the rest of my life. In fact, something I could pass on to the next generation. So as you look and listen today, know that some people listen to this because they're interested in ways of making some getting rid of pain, transforming their sleep problems, getting rid of long-term health issues, bone problems, joint problems, back problems, sleep problems, you name it. And some people listen to this because they're looking for a way of being able to, some people are interested in the financial opportunity of being able to help other people and make some extra money in the process. So I just wanted to be able to hold my head proud as we shared this with people. So a little bit of background here on this next part. We call this an on-guard presentation. And many people are defensive about certain things in their life. They're protective of their children, protective of their spouses, all those types of things. But most people don't realize that one of the biggest issues that we have are health problems that are caused from within our own home. And NIKKEN is creating, if you will, a shield, a protection, a way to help you understand the issues that are out there and how to take care of them. We believe that everyone would love to feel better, be happier, and live a long and healthy life. But why aren't they? And how do you do that? How do you actually create that instead of have it be chance that takes place? We call it learning how to gain balance through the 5 pillars of health. Not only having a healthy body, but being able to have a healthy mind, healthy family and body and society and finances. And we believe that all of these pillars are intertwined, interlaced. It's like a wheel on a car. If the wheel is out of balance, it doesn't just affect the wheel, but the whole car is shaken. And if left unchecked and unfixed, it can cause a major problem with the ride of your journey through life long term. So what I want you to do is think of, have you ever met someone that has had major physical challenges? How has it affected them? Did it affect their state of mind? Did it affect their financial situation? Did it affect their family and their ability to help and maintain there? Did the challenges that they faced just stay a physical challenge, or did it literally affect all 5 pillars? And maybe you can play this game the other way, healthy finances. Have you ever met someone that had significant financial challenges? Did those financial challenges affect their state of mind? Did the stress long-term cause changes and challenges with their body? Did those financial problems cause problems with their family? And what I would encourage you to do is take a look at these 5 pillars and say, where would I like to see improvement? Which 1 or 2 pillars is the weakest in my life right now? And how can I create an active plan, active wellness towards improving the situations in that area? Because if you ignore it, it'll get worse. But if you make an active plan towards being able to find solutions in those areas, you can see some huge transformations. The challenge for most people is they don't know the roadmap. They don't know how to really transform their health in a viable, easy, doable way that doesn't cause... A lot of people don't get into health because they think it's too complicated and it takes too much time. It doesn't have to be that way. So we're going to introduce to you a choice to choose NIKKEN. to choose a path that will bring balance into your life. The world, we believe, has changed. We believe that having a healthy body is not as easy as it used to be. You go back 150 years ago, we did not have all the environmental toxins, man-made chemicals that we do now. And it's now studied and proven through science that those toxins are literally building up in our bodies and creating a body burden, which then leads, if you will, to chronic disease. Environmental toxins are at a pretty astronomical rate. If you take a look at what's happening, there are over 80,000 chemicals that are regularly used in the United States in manufacturing, etc. Only 500 of these are tested by the EPA. That leaves a huge amount that are untested. We don't even know the effects that they have on the body. We do know that there are 72 million pounds of recognized carcinogens pumped into the air. We know the health risk of, we don't know the health risk of 75% of the chemicals that we use. We know that things like BPAs, the chemicals that are harmful for you that come from certain types of plastics, 93% of Americans have BPAs surging through their bodies causing challenges. We're literally surrounded by toxins. Toxins in our air, toxins in our food, toxins into our meat, our vegetables, the pesticides, the herbicides. We shower and shampoo in chemicals. We have chemicals in our water. We have chemicals in our product that we put on our faces, our skin. It's crazy. And tremendous toxic side effects from pharmaceuticals. Do you really know what's in your body? There was a reporter with the National Geographic. They actually gave him a big chunk of money to be able to go get some expensive tests done. And then literally from these tests, they could tell all the places that he had lived by the chemicals that were stored in his body. It's fascinating what they've learned in these categories. They've learned that these chemicals are actually building up and contributing significantly to a lot of degenerative diseases you see here listed on the screen, ranging from heart disease. In fact, indoor air, the pollutants in indoor air are causing a big challenge with inflammation for heart issues. You see on here ADD, ADHD, autism, asthma. 1 in 13 children with asthma. This toxic overload is causing our children to have adult diseases at alarming rates. Used to be arthritis was something for old people, but now we're seeing juvenile arthritis at alarming rates. Dementia, epilepsy, diabetes, that also attacking our children. Just a lot of crazy things happening. And if we could find a way of keeping these things from coming on, would that be a good deal? And if we could find a way of getting rid of them, if we had them, would that be a good deal? What's the cost of all this? Well, the average American is going to spend over $275,000 out of pocket after they retire on health expenses per person. Most people just are not prepared for this. Chronic disease, which are contributed by these toxins, is now a leading cause of death and disability in the United States. Half of all adults have at least one chronic health condition. 1 in 4 have 2 or more. And treating these chronic health conditions amounts to over 86% of our nation's healthcare costs. Now understand, 1 out of every $5 that we're spending now is going to healthcare. It's too much. We spend more money on healthcare than any other nation in the world, and yet we lead the world in chronic degenerative disease. The money we're spending is not fixing the problem. Now, in contrast, there are other places where instead of studying disease, they study health. In Japan, 90% of their healthcare dollar is on prevention. How do we keep people well, as opposed to how do we treat people after they have a disease? And consequently, they literally lead the world in longevity and health. So there's some pretty amazing things going on there. And is it possible? We've got some good things in our healthcare system, some really great things. We're the best emergency care in the world. But is it possible, if we could learn some things about preventing chronic degenerative disease and finding natural ways to alleviate them if we do have them, that we would have something to learn from other societies? I believe there is something that we can learn. The good news is we don't have to panic. There are solutions, active ways, things that we can do to make huge changes in our health. The key to good health is to A, understand what the body needs. But if you're making a cake, you need to know how much flour, how much water, how much sugar is going into this thing. What are all the ingredients and how much of them do we need? Well, what are the ingredients for good health? The other thing we need to do is we need to know how to get rid of some of the toxins we already have and find a simple way to do it. Because we're kind of creatures of habit. We're busy. We don't have a lot of extra time. What is the simple way to do it? Well, that's where NIKKEN comes into place. It is the most advanced self-care health and wellness company in the world. They're built on the concept of the 5 pillars of health, literally millions of customers, billions in sales. And we're going to talk about these 5 pictures at the bottom here extensively. Sleep, air, water, pain, and our food. Most people have no idea how impactful sleep is to our well-being. Many degenerative diseases are linked now with sleep challenges. Think of the people you know who have autoimmune conditions: lupus, fibromyalgia, MS, arthritis, diabetes, and you'll discover as you talk with them. I've yet to meet one of them that doesn't have some sort of a sleep disorder. In fact, we now have 90% of Americans, pardon me, 2/3 of Americans that have some sort of sleep disorder. Half of them don't even know it, and that's just crazy. Because when one night's bad sleep lowers the immune system by 60%. When we sleep is when our body dumps toxins from our brain. It's when our body regenerates. It's when it renews, revitalizes. When we don't sleep, and we don't sleep well, and that's 2/3 of Americans, you have chronic disease written all over it. I had a sleep disorder, didn't know it. I could sleep and sleep and sleep, yet never be rested. I was not getting into deep stages of sleep. Some people don't get into deep stages of sleep because they toss and they turn. They're too hot, too cold, covers on, covers off, roll over, my shoulder hurts, roll over, my back hurts, roll over, my hip hurts, snoring, or having to get up and go to the bathroom. Folks, sleep is probably the single most important determinant for your long-term health and well-being. And understand that this company you're about to learn about has the world's most advanced adaptive sleep technologies. Dramatic changes, radically transformed my life with their sleep technologies. Air. Indoor air, 2 to 10 times more polluted than the most polluted city. And that indoor air causing inflammation. Water. Your water reports are showing all the way from jet fuel, arsenic, lead, chlorine in every water supply because the government requires we put in, and gratefully so we're not walking around with diarrhea and microbes. But the chlorine is a poison designed to kill living things. What are we? We're living things. If you're drinking chlorinated water, you're 93% more likely to have cancer as opposed to those who drink non-chlorinated water. Wouldn't it be neat to take out all the chemicals, and not only just take out the chemicals, but to put the life, the energy back in? Water alkaline instead of acidic. Things that are acidic make us more prone to cancer, stroke, heart disease, diabetes, even the common cold. Wouldn't you like to just like water? It's amazing to me the number of people who don't like the taste of water. They sometimes even get sick or nauseous because of the chemicals in the water. Bottled water, big problem because of all the plastics, and it's expensive, and it's hard to lug around. Wouldn't it be neat if you could create clean, living, energized, nature enhanced water right in your own home? Pain. There's a lot of people in pain. Knee problems, back problems, shoulder problems, hip problems, wrist problems. They make us go inactive. We don't do the work we used to do. We don't do the exercise we used to do. We don't play as much as we used to because we hurt. If there was a way to alleviate that discomfort. And when someone's got a shoulder problem for a decade, there's something wrong there, folks. The body's designed to be able to fix itself. So if it's not fixing itself, maybe we need to help give the body the right tools so that it can fix itself. This green stuff over here representing, we need a lot of greens. We need good food, organic food, pesticide-free food, fresh, and not stuff that's been irradiated so that it can travel over the ocean to reach us. And those 5 things there, folks, are just huge for your health. Well, how do you deliver really good, clean air, really good, clean, alkaline, energized water, the best sleep on the planet, get rid of all the discomfort, and have good food? Well, NIKKEN has made it absolutely simple. They call it creating a wellness home. You can do 1 or 2 of these things, or you can do all of them. And I'm here to tell you, I've never had anybody who's got a complete wellness home and ever regretted it. This has been one of the most amazing things. Within my own family, I've got 4 kids, 16 down to 6. They don't even know who our doctor is, because these technologies are so amazing with what they do. Let's just look at these. This air unit over here cleans better than a hospital HEPA filtration, plus it produces negative ions, and it does it without producing ozone, which can be toxic for the body. This technology used to cost over $1,250. NIKKEN produces it for just $399. It's the most effective air technology. I've seen people have changes with breathing disorders, allergies, the mucus they create, and breathing problems, sinus issues at nighttime, even changes with sleeping with this unit. Next to that, you see water items. You see shower heads. Most people don't realize when you shower, you're actually getting more chemicals from the fumes than if you drank the stuff. You absorb it through your skin. And this is a way to keep you from having all those chemicals. There's a portable water bottle that filters out all the chemicals, magnetizes the water, etc. And this unit right here called the Waterfall is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. I've literally gotten people off of end-stage renal disease. That's kidney failure. People that get on this crave water. Within 3 days, I just couldn't get enough. Crave, 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 crave. My kids, they just go for it over and over and over. PyMag water is one of the most amazing things you can do for your health. As over 73% of your body is made up of water. A majority of your brain is water. 1% dehydration lowers brain function by over 10%. Water affects your sleep. Water affects weight loss. Water affects your digestion. Water affects your immune system, the whole gamut. And this is literally the best water you will ever get. Right here you have light technology, full spectrum lighting technology. We actually get health from the sun in some aspects. Our body produces things from sunlight. And when we're not getting fully nourished from the sun, in fact, I've heard it now called mal-illumination. Indoor lighting is detrimental. Doesn't cause the body to produce good things like vitamin D and so forth. I'm going to switch all the way over here to the right-hand side where it says quality sleep. You see a magnetic mattress topper, a far infrared comforter that regulates temperature, pillows that help with magnetics near the pineal gland, stimulates the body's natural production of melatonin, your body's natural sleep drug. Sleep helps regulate all the way from weight issues to detoxification, all those things we've talked about. I literally have looked for solutions for people's health challenges now for over 20 years. And I have not seen anything that makes a bigger impact than those four main things that we talked about. Our air technology, our water technology, our sleep technology, and the light. You add those together, they're the single most important, simple changes. You set the bed up once, you benefit passively for the rest of your life. I literally sleep 2 to 4 hours less per day. No more strep throat, bronchitis, daily headaches. I had a headache by noon, and like next to never now. I got a buddy who had chronic seizures for a couple decades. He also ended up with a brain tumor. They removed that, lost balance, some big changes, and he got on magnetic insoles. And magnetic insoles. So this one product, NIKKEN became the fastest growing company in Japanese history. After save people from amputations, diabetics, diabetic neuropathy, this stuff is amazing. But at any rate, guy, he got off a seizure medication. I just got done talking with Don Rogers. They got their sleep system, and this little guy right here, this magnetic device, it's called a Kinko Power Chip. You see me circling it. It's under the advanced magnetic portions on your screen. That little round disc, he wore over his heart for 9 months. He was told he's going to have a heart surgery because of a valve that was leaking. And he went back in for testing now, and it's completely gone. Completely gone. No more problem. The doc called him and says, I've never had someone have a reversal on this. How did you do this? What did you do? And now the doc is interested in pursuing this stuff. It's pretty amazing stuff. Magnetic necklaces, great changes for allergies, headaches, sinus problems, all those types of things. Chemical-free, organic skincare technology. Some of the most amazing stuff you'll ever find. And a nutrition line that is not to be surpassed. We've got the world's most advanced bone health technology, literally double-digit bone density increases in as little as 6 months. Folks, you have to understand that is that's 8-fold faster than any medication ever dreamed of doing, and we do it without side effects. We have technology for heart health. The green bottle there on the bottom left, progesterol. I just had a guy who went from 286 down to 263 down to 186 on his cholesterol in just 3 months, using that progesterol right there. We have technologies for detoxification of the liver. We have technologies for detoxification of the gut, the body. We have a meal replacement that is huge for balancing brain health. It's also good for balancing gut health, dropping pounds, getting rid of sugar cravings. We have things for people that have addictions, if you will, to help cut cravings. Just some powerful stuff. And as you listen to this and want ideas, I'd love to chat with you and hear your own story, what challenges are, and maybe give you some ideas of things that we can do to help you out. But being reactive is nowhere as powerful as being proactive. The doctor said, may you never know what you prevent. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, $1 spent in prevention is worth over $15 of after-the-fact treatment. So consider, would you rather spend $10,000 to be well or $150,000 to deal with maintaining a sickness? So these are very real things to think about and consider, and understand that, well, a wellness home is not $10,000. I got mine for around $5,000, and it's almost half the cost of that now. And I bought it once, and I keep using it over and over and over and over. And I will tell you, this is one of the best investments I have ever made. So let's move ahead here. The NIKKEN goal is to help keep you below the toxic line. Give you good water, give you good air, clean your air. And if you are above the toxic line, we have technologies to help clean that out. Magnetics is a natural chelation therapy to help detoxify. Our jade greenzymes help to detoxify. The Kenzen Vital Balance helps with detoxification. And for those of you who've gone past the toxic line and are dealing with chronic disease, we even see some pretty amazing transformations in that way. I mean, finally, someone got common sense into medicine, folks. I mean, who'd have thought that getting a good night's sleep, breathing some good air, drinking some good water, getting some good nutrition, getting rid of chemicals could literally make radical transformations. I mean, I've got people who have been in car accidents and hurt nonstop for 10 years that within 1 week of being in our technologies don't hurt anymore. I understand that this is literally, I believe, the most powerful solution for your health and well-being long-term that I've ever seen. And it just makes sense. You get good nutrition, you get good sleep, you get amazing water, you get clean air, clean water, all those things, and your body can fix itself. Common sense in medicine. And here's the other thing. This is simple and convenient. Let me go back to this chart. You plug the air system in once. You benefit. You never have to think about it. It's just there running. The water technology, set it up, and you get a benefit passively over and over. And you put the shower system in. You got to change the filter once a year and so forth, but good grief, this thing is amazing, all the benefits you get on it. The sleep system, set it on your bed. You're never going to forget. You're going to go to bed every night. And if you want health made simple, this is it. This is truly it. We've been endorsed all the way from the British Allergy Foundation, the World Federation of Chiropractics, sleep disorder companies. We have Healthy Child, Healthy World, major endorsement. They've set out to just help educate people about all the toxins that we are exposing ourselves, that the people who founded it lost their daughter because of a toxic overload at age 5. And they just want people to know the challenge. And then when they met us, who actually present solutions to all this stuff, they said this is a match made in heaven. So your choices at this point, most of you are going to have questions. You're going to want to learn more. I'm going to encourage you, get some stuff. Order some things that look intriguing to you. If you have questions, feel free to contact us. We've got a bunch of people who can help out. My phone number, 435-512-1944. Again, that's 435-512-1944. And I've helped transform people health-wise for 20 years, and we've had some amazing transformations, so feel free to give me a call. Becoming a customer has no obligation. You can literally sign up for a free registered customer account, be entitled to some great discounts, newsletters, promotions, etc. So you get access to some great self-care information. You have the ability to directly order from NIKKEN. This is the only place in the world you can get me into these technologies, exclusive patented technologies. And when new technologies are released, you'll be the absolute first in the world to know about them. And other people say, you know what, I'll just buy them from the person who invited me. So you can get an account, you can buy it for the person who invited you. The other thing is that some people decide to upgrade. Instead of just becoming a customer, they said, you know what, I've got not just issues with healthy body, but if you have issues with healthy finances, I did. A lot of stress. I was working multiple jobs, just trying to get ends to meet, couldn't get them to meet. And when I saw that NIKKEN provided an opportunity to, just in the nooks and crannies, I didn't have to go to a job to do this. I just mentioned the technologies to people, and over time, more and more people got interested. And within 9 months, I didn't have to work a job. I haven't had a job now in over 20 years. And it just took 9 months to transition in that category. You know, it says, do you believe in toxic finances? When the acquisition of finances causes you to lose your mind, lose your family, lose your health, I would say that's toxic finances. Some people are working so hard, so long to get their dollars that it's ruining their health. And maybe they'll have enough money to pay their bills, so they go out and get a second job, and then that causes more strain on the family. And the way that we make money can play an impact on our health long term. And so I just want to take a quick here, maybe help understand how this whole thing works. And if you're interested, I actually coach people all across the nation. We teach people how to if you wanted to, make a 6-figure income in a year's period of time. If you want to just make a couple extra $1,000 a month, you can do that as well. Some people say they want to go crazy and create an empire, turn their annual income into a monthly income. We love helping people, and we have a mission and a cause that the world needs to know about. So we are actively looking for people who like helping other people. So what we do, it's simple, powerful, duplicatable, and absolutely life-changing. Now, when I say life-changing, I don't just mean using the products. But because of having these technologies in this business, I found myself in a situation where reading class at school, often being, well, the only dad that's there. Other dads have to be off at work. Many of the opportunities to go on field trips and so forth. If I go often, not many other dads there. Been able to take off not just weeks, but sometimes months and even years because of the ability that this creates to create duplication. And you can spread your efforts through almost like franchising, a people's franchise, if you will. So with that in mind, let me show how this works. This little picture in the middle represents you, and you begin using wellness home technologies within your own home. You learned about them and got them from NIKKEN, and as you learned and liked them, you thought, you know, I know some other people that need this. I know someone else who doesn't sleep well. I know someone else who's got a back that's hurt for years. I know someone whose their feet hurt nonstop. And you say, you know, it'd almost be cruel not to tell people if you've got something that can make a difference. So you share it with your circle of friends. In fact, I know people who don't even get paid to do this, but they're sharing this stuff all the time. You share it with your friends. They can order through NIKKEN as a registered customer. NIKKEN sends the product directly to your friends, and then NIKKEN sends you a thank you note in the form of a check. What a great way! You know, have you ever recommended someone to go to a movie and gotten paid for it? No. But that's the best form of advertising is word of mouth. We recommend restaurants all the time. We recommend books all the time. And now here's something good for your health. Well, to make things easier for you, to upgrade, NIKKEN, it's just here, you get your business license, so to speak, for $99. You don't need a business license because NIKKEN takes care of all the paperwork. They take care of all the taxation issues. They take care of all the yucky stuff that people don't like. I don't have to worry about infrastructure, overhead, inventory, any of those things. They give you a free website with that launch, the ability to order directly from the company, drop ship anywhere, and eligible for commissions at 25% right out the gate. So just some really great stuff there that they offer. This is just a chart that says pretty soon the friends you introduce this to, they're going to recommend you to go talk to other people. And some of those folks are going to get their own wellness home and want to upgrade themselves, and they'll tell their friends. And pretty soon they'll tell people who tell people who tell people. I'm just a farm boy out of southern Idaho. Grew up 16 miles out of a town called Montpelier. 2,500 people in that town, and there are more cattle than people in that county. And in the valley I grew up in, there were just 3 homes there. And this has now reached something where literally I have business in 20 plus countries. So just kind of a neat thing that happens as you make a stand. You never know. You drop a rock in a pond, and the ripple effect just grows. And you'll touch a life, and that touches somebody else's life, and that touches somebody else's life. And it's just amazing to see the transformations that can take place as you go through personal growth, to learn to share this and to become a better person, to reach out. But then as it just ripples throughout your community and maybe your city and maybe your world. So to begin the journey, if you're interested in upgrading, get your membership, whopping $99. Joyce invited you to this call. Talk to her. She'll show you how to do that. Get your products. Get on auto ship. It's the way to get the products at the least expensive means. You can change your shipment anytime you want, get as much or as little as you want. And then we have just a basic business plan. I call it Teach 3 to Reach 3. You can introduce this to as many as you want. But as you're going about, look for 3 real good folks who they want to share and introduce to other customers too, and they'll help build and find other people. And what you're going to discover is some of the most amazing people on the planet as you meet NIKKEN folks. NIKKEN people are some of the best-hearted, striving, outgoing people who really are working to make a difference. And I'll say there's a real special event coming up in Orlando. It's about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks out. And at that event, if you chose to go to, I know it's short notice, but there are some people from your area who are driving down. But anyway, if you chose to go, grab a flight. You can still get flights at a reasonable rate. You're going to meet literally people from all across the nation whose lives have been transformed. Millionaires who are willing to help teach, coach, mentor, and in fact, the training is going to be phenomenal there. And also know if you choose to do something, I coach people all across North America. I'll be happy to help you launch a successful business. So just in summary here, item 1 here, upgrade, $99. You're going to be hard-pressed to find any business where you can have a global impact for $99, folks. Work on creating a monthly volume, a repeating monthly volume of 500 points, and duplicate that throughout your organization, where you have customers that purchase on a regular basis as they fall in love with our heart health technologies, our bone health technologies, our weight loss technologies, our energy technologies. By the way, we have an energy drink that is not toxic, and it is not overloaded with nasty sugars and chemicals. Some of those things like Monster and Red Bull, I don't know if you know, but they've been outlawed in some countries. And boy, we've just got some of the best stuff you're ever going to find, folks. If you're going to upgrade, you want to look for getting at least 5 customers and building a base long-term that just keeps growing and creating an inflow. So if you're looking for balance, folks, for a healthy mind, a healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, healthy finances, if you're looking to be able to choose what you do, when you do it, who you do it with, if you're looking to be able to grab a hold of the steering wheel of your life instead of letting your boss choose when you get up and when you how long you have to be there and how long your lunch break can be and who you have to work with or don't work with or how much you get paid. If you'd like to be in charge of all of those things yourself and go as slow or as fast as you want to, take a real good look at what we have here. Thanks so much for listening to this. My email is gobrody, B-R-O-D-Y, @gmail.com. Once again, that's gobrody@gmail.com. My phone number is 435-512-1944. Again, look forward to meeting you, answering your questions, and thanks for your patience. And once again, sorry that I missed earlier. I got the time zones mixed up. Take care. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.